Alrighty, I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure that everything is set up properly, and then we're gonna be starting the stream. It's telling me the stream is live, but I cannot see chat just yet. Is it live? I can't even see it on the web page. There we go, there's the chat. Alrighty, just let me make sure that everything else is running properly. It seems like audio is coming in fine. Seems like... yeah, it seems like we're ready to go. Perfect. So, we just got a pretty massive live stream that revealed quite a lot of different things regarding the new update in 1.3. Yeah, I apologize. I'm trying to get better when it comes to all of that. I'm actually setting up a schedule now that I've restructured quite a couple things. So we should be seeing more consistent scheduling when it comes to the live streams in the future. I'm going to talk about that a bit in the end. There is a lot of things that we have to talk about, specifically when it comes to 1.3 changes and the events that are going to be coming along. One of the things that we have to remember is that 1.3 is going to be the patch where we get Zhongli buffs as well as the Geo buffs. So we're going to talk about those in a bit. This particular one, I expect this stream to be slightly smaller than what we're used to. It's probably going to be a bit quicker, but it's still going to have quite a lot of information regarding the new changes. The Discord has been set up, thankfully, and it's been a lot easier to interact with people that way. One of the things, I put it in the description. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. They released 3 different codes for Primo Gems and a whole bunch of different things. If you haven't already, go ahead and redeem those right now. They're going to expire pretty soon. So try to get them while you can. It is a lot of resources that are pretty useful. With that out of the way, though, let's go ahead and let's get into the first topic of discussion, shall we? So, here we go. Changes and events. 1.3 is going to bring a lot of things to the table. Probably one of the more important ones is the Zhongli changes. So let me go ahead and pull up my Zhongli picture really quickly. Pretty much all the changes that have been mentioned for Zhongli, we still do not have the proper numbers as to what's going to be the end result, but we have seen more or less what they're expecting those to look like. For the most part, we can expect that the things that we have been shown so far are going to remain in there. Mostly the HP scaling on all of his abilities, as well as the changes to the shield. We still do not have a final say on what those numbers are going to look like, however. So speculating on that is not necessarily going to be the best thing. We can expect Zhongli to be significantly stronger. How much stronger? We're going to have to wait until 1.3 to see. The one thing that we do know for a fact is that the Geo changes, they do not seem to have anything attached to them. So upon the release of 1.3, if you have the Geo Resonance, that is going to be a very massive increase in damage potential overall. Characters like Noelle, characters like Ning Wang are going to become significantly stronger because of this. It's not only Zhongli that's going to be buffed by this patch. Geo in general is going to be much, much stronger. Especially if you have characters like Albedo that can really simplify getting the Geo damage bonus. I do expect that we're going to be seeing a couple more teams that are going to use a combination of Albedo, Ning Wang as supports in order to get the benefits from the Geo damage bonus, as well as see Noelle teams become significantly stronger. I am properly excited for this one. Oh, I just realized the music is not running. Oh my god, I apologize. There we go. How much is the Geo Resonance? We do not know exactly how much it's going to be. The initial number that we thought was going to be 20%, or not 20%, 15%, which is pretty significant. That is not an insignificant bonus. But yeah, that is the changes that we're expecting to see specifically to the Geo element. But they're not the only changes that are going to be following through. Another one that we're going to be seeing is we're going to be seeing new events that are going to be coming along, and those events are looking pretty good, if I say so myself. So let me go ahead and pull that picture up. There we go. Let me just make sure that it has gone through. There we go. So we have a lot of events to talk about. Essentially, we're going to go through the quick ones really quickly. We're going to be getting an event very similar to the release of Genshin, where we were getting intertwined fates every single day. So if you want to start Genshin, this is the time to start for Genshin. Again, because once we get this event, we're going to be getting 10 intertwined fates every just for logging in. So if you want to re-roll accounts, now is probably going to be the time to do it. That is probably one of the bigger ones. Just getting 10 free intertwined fates is going to be pretty massive. That's going to help a lot of people, including myself, try to get Xiao. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get Xiao. I am for sure going to try, but we'll see what happens. The other event that I really want to bring up is the Stand By Me event. This is essentially going to be an event that's going to give us a free 4-star character. The characters are as follows. We're going to be able to choose one in between Ningguang, Baido, Xiangling, Shin Shu, Chongyun, and Shin Yan. We're only going to be able to choose one, so it's important to keep that in mind. And this is probably the event that I want to discuss the most, because a lot of the characters that we have right here are incredibly potent, especially when you put them in the right situations. Ningguang is an absolute monster when it comes to single target DPS, and even in the energy generation department, if you get her to C2, Ningguang is very, very powerful. Baido sits in a similar vein, where she is incredibly defensive, but her offensive capabilities are also completely off the table, especially if you get her to C2. So Baido is also one to keep an eye out for. Xiangling, just having base Xiangling is incredibly powerful, and she is already a free-to-play character, so I don't expect that a lot of people are going to choose her. However, if you get her to C4, her Pyro Nado becomes one of the highest damaging Pyro abilities that we have. So it's definitely not something to sleep on. Pyro Nado at C4 for Xiangling does a lot, and I mean a lot of damage. So, if you're getting close to that, keep an eye out on Xiangling. Ching Shu, I expect Ching Shu to be the one that most people will pick up. Ching Shu, even at C0, is one of the highest damaging 4-star characters in the entire game. I'm pretty sure that his burst, as of right now, has the single highest scaling possible, period. So, as far as 4-star characters go, Ching Shu is probably the one to keep an eye out for. But in that vein, we also have Chongyun, and Chongyun is an incredibly flexible character in that same aspect. Especially if you have characters like Albedo or Bennett that can take full advantage of Chongyun's field that gives you cryo damage. As a DPS, Chongyun is also pretty good. Do not sleep on DPS Chongyun. He has a lot of abilities that increases potential quite significantly, especially now that the cryo set's online, and he can take full advantage of it. He does have a couple issues when it comes to the freeze condition and his main weapon being a claymore, but we'll discuss that at some other point. The last one that I want to mention is Shin Yan. Shin Yan is an absolute monster at C2. If you can get Shin Yan to C2, she's probably one of the best options for this event. If you can't get her to C2, I would not recommend that you go for her. Just as a general overview of what I can see from here, I think the highest value characters that you can pick right now, if you do not have them, would be Ching Shu and Baido. I feel those two characters are the two characters that are the most flexible, and the ones that you can use for the most characters in general. Baido will likely pair insanely well with Xiao, so having both of those characters at the same time is probably going to be really, really good. Especially since Barbara is also a free-to-play character that you can combine with Xiao in order to get constant electrocharge reactions in combination with Baido. That is one of the combos that I expect a lot of people are going to go for in this particular event, especially if you're planning on going for Xiao. Ching Shu, on the other hand, he just does the most damage. If that's it. He does insane amounts of damage, and just because of that fact, he's probably going to be picked out a lot. If you already have these two characters, or if you feel like you can get the other characters to a higher constellation standing, that might actually be a better position as well. At the end of everything, which character you choose is gonna depend on your team and what you want to do. So, keep an eye on this one. Start thinking what character you're gonna pick up. I know that I'm gonna go for Ningguang, but that's only because I'm trying to get the Majesty of the Seven Stars constellation. And getting that closer is probably going to be the best way to go. For me, at least. Other people will likely want to go for Shin Yan, Baido, or Ching Shu. Chongyun, if you already have the other requirements for other teams. Chongyun pairs really well with a lot of characters. It's just getting those characters is not the easiest part of the world. With that out of the way, the other events that we're going to be taking a look into are pretty much the Lantern Rite, which is a new event that's going to be starting around. It has multiple different events that are mostly just challenges. We're going to be getting a significant amount of experience, mora, as well as resources to level up. So this is going to be a very, very good event for leveling up characters that you already have, or trying to level up new ones. I expect that after this event, going into Abyss is going to be significantly easier. More than anything, we're going to be getting a lot of Primogems, which is something to be looking forward to. That pretty much goes as far as the events that I wanted to mention. The other thing that we're going to be getting in this patch, we're going to be getting new enemies. And that is definitely something to be excited about. The first one that we're going to be getting is going to be the Geo Bishop. I'm just going to call it like that. The Geo Bishop. It is the mature version of the little ones that we have right now, the little hedgehog ones. They look terrifying, for starters, and they also look like they're going to be pretty interesting to fight. One of the mechanics that they showed was that they were able to implement different elements and use those against you. So I'm interested to see how that's going to end up when it comes to reactions and enemies of the sort. They are the little ones. We don't really know if they're going to be scattered around the map, or if they're only going to be centered on the event that they come from. I expect that we're going to see them scattered around the map at some point in the future. Not entirely sure how, when, or where. For now, the one thing that we do know is that there's going to be an event centered around these guys, in which you're going to have to send out expeditions in order to look for the locations where they are. If they're going to become a permanent thing, that we do not know. They're not the only ones, however. We're also going to be getting a new boss to fight in the future, that being the Primo Geo Bishop. This one's probably going to be the one that I'm the most excited for at the moment. The Primo Geo Bishop, just having new bosses in general is something really, really nice that I look forward to all the time. So taking a look at this one, it's going to be interesting. We're definitely going to be getting quite a lot of new things in 1.3 to test out, and it's definitely something to look forward to. As far as events go, that is mostly everything that we're going to be talking about for 1.3. At least